American retirees could be getting $4,018 per month if fall under this specific category. Plus, there are some news for SSI payees this month. Hello, my name is John, and I created this channel with the sole purpose to provide the most straightforward Social Security payment-related news, updates, and advice. You can listen to me as a senior friend of yours. Without wasting any further time, I must tell you about the delightful news regarding your Social Security payment. Please watch the entire video and subscribe to my channel. It's a friendly request to you. If you're a senior citizen like me, relying on those monthly checks to keep the lights on and the fridge full, then buckle up. Today, we're diving deep into the latest updates on Social Security payments right here in the USA. But let me warn you up front, this isn't just a dry rundown of dates and dollars. We're going to uncover some hard truths that might make you sit up straighter in your chair. Is the government really doing enough to protect your hard-earned benefits? Are those cost of living adjustments keeping pace with skyrocketing prices at the grocery store? And what about the fraudsters lurking in the shadows, ready to snatch what's yours? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to safeguard your future and maybe even demand more from Washington. Let's jump in. First off, let's address the elephant in the room, that federal government shutdown that's been dragging on since October 1st. You might be lying awake at night, wondering if your next Social Security check is caught in the crossfire of political gridlock. Well, here's the good news, and it's factual, straight from the Social Security Administration itself. Your payments are safe. That's right, Social Security and supplemental security income aren't part of the discretionary spending that's frozen during a shutdown. These are mandatory programs, funded through dedicated trust funds and payroll taxes you've paid into for decades. So, no matter how long this mess lasts, your checks will keep coming. But here's the provocative part. While politicians bicker over budgets, seniors like you are left wondering why essential services for the vulnerable are even at risk of being politicized. It's a system that's supposed to be rock solid, yet it feels like it's built on shifting sands. Imagine if your benefits were delayed. How would you pay for medications or utilities? Thankfully, that's not happening now, but it begs the question, how secure is secure in Social Security? Now, let's get practical and talk about your November 2025 payments. If you're watching this on November 17th, some of you might have already seen that deposit hit your account, while others are still waiting. The schedule is based on your birthday or when you started receiving benefits, and it's designed to spread out the load on the system. For those born between the 1st and 10th of the month, your payment arrived on November 12th, a Wednesday. If your birthday falls between the 11th and 20th, mark November 19th on your calendar. That's tomorrow if you're watching live. And for the 21st through 31st crowd, you'll see it on November 26th, the day before Thanksgiving. But wait, there's a twist for some of you. If you qualified for benefits before May 1997, or if you're getting both Social Security and SSI, your payment came early on November 3rd. Why the variation? It's all about efficiency, they say, but it can feel confusing and arbitrary, especially if you're new to this. And for SSI recipients, listen up, there was no November 1st payment because it fell on a weekend. Instead, it was advanced to October 31st. If you missed that, check your account now. It should be there. Suspense builds when you think about it. What if a holiday or weekend throws off your budget? These dates aren't just numbers, they're lifelines. Miss one, and suddenly you're juggling bills like a circus act. Shifting gears to December, because planning ahead is key for us seniors who can't afford surprises. The first payments kick off on December 3rd for those early birthday folks, the 1st through 10th. Then it's December 10th for the 11th to 20th group, December 17th for the rest. And if you're in that pre-1997 or dual benefit category, expect it on December 3rd as well. But here's where it gets interesting for SSI users. December 1st is a Monday, so your payment lands right on time, no early bird special needed. However, keep an eye on December 31st. That's when the January 2026 SSI payment arrives early, and it includes something big we'll talk about in a minute. Imagine counting down to the new year not just with fireworks, but with a slightly fatter check. But is it enough? That's the question hanging in the air, and we'll peel back the layers soon. For now, jot down these dates or head to the SSA website for the full 2025 calendar. Remember, if you're getting paper checks, add 3 mailing days. Though honestly, in 2025, why not switch to direct deposit? It's safer, faster, and cuts out the worry of lost mail. Speaking of safety, let's pause for a moment on fraud, because this is where things get really provocative. Social Security fraud isn't just a headline. It's a predator targeting seniors like us. Recent reports and even posts on X highlight cases where people fake disabilities or hide assets to claim benefits they don't deserve. Take this one story circulating online. A woman collected SSI while raking in over $500,000 in alimony from her ex. That's not just unfair. It's theft from the system you and I built with our sweat. The SSA is cracking down with digital verifications through your My Social Security account, but fraudsters are getting smarter. Phishing scams pretend to be from the SSA, tricking you into handing over personal info. And overlaps with other programs like Snap show how one fraud can bleed into another. Here's the suspense. Could your neighbor be gaming the system while you're scraping by? It's infuriating, and it drains the trust funds faster. Protect yourself by never sharing your Social Security number over unsolicited calls or emails. Set up that online account today. It's free and lets you monitor everything. If something looks off, report it. We're not just recipients, we're guardians of this program. Demand accountability, because every fraudulent claim means less for honest folks like you. But enough doom and gloom. Let's build some excitement around the big announcement that's got everyone talking. The 2026 Cost of Living Adjustment, or COLA. Drumroll, please. The SSA has confirmed a 2.8% increase starting next year. For the average retiree pulling in about $2,008 a month as of August 2025, that's roughly an extra $56 bucks. Sounds okay, right? But hold on, let's unpack this. The COLA is tied to the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, comparing third-quarter data from 2024 to 2025. It's higher than last year's 2.5%, but lower than 2024's 3.2%. Now, the provocative truth. Is 2.8% really keeping up with your real costs? Groceries are up, rent's climbing, and don't get me started on healthcare. Medicare Part B premiums are jumping from $185 to about $206.50 a month in 2026, which could wipe out half your COLA gain if you're not careful. Imagine working your whole life, only to see inflation erode your security. It's not just numbers. It's your ability to afford a decent meal or a doctor's visit. For the $71 million on Social Security and $7.5 million on SSI, this affects us all. The increase hits Social Security in January payments, but SSI gets it early on December 31st. Notifications are rolling out. Check your mail in early December or go digital by November 19th for online access. But here's the hook. What if we could get more? Enter the Social Security Expansion Act, proposed by Senate Democrats back in February 2025. This bill aims to tack on a temporary $200 monthly boost starting January 2026, on top of the COLA. That's real money, $2 for $100 a year, for retirees struggling with fixed incomes. It's framed as inflation relief, targeting folks like you who've seen prices soar while benefits lag. But suspense abounds. Will it pass? With the shutdown and partisan divides, it's hanging by a thread. Republicans argue it's too costly, potentially hastening the trust fund's depletion, projected to run dry by 2035 without reforms. Democrats say it's a moral imperative. As seniors, we can't just wait. We need to voice our support. Call your congressperson, join advocacy groups like AARP. This could be a game changer, but only if we push. Imagine $200 extra, groceries without skimping, maybe even a small trip. It's provocative because it highlights the inequality. Why do billionaires get tax breaks while seniors pinch pennies? While we're on benefits, let's talk maximums. For 2025, the top Social Security payout rises to $4,018 a month, or about $48,000 a year. To hit that, you need 35 years of high earnings and delay claiming until age 70. But most of us aren't there. The average is closer to $2,000. Provocative point. The system favors high earners, leaving blue-collar workers with less. If you're not at max, review your earnings record online for errors that could boost your check. And don't forget retroactive payments. The SSA released billions in back pay earlier this year for expedited claims. If you've been waiting on a disability appeal or underpayment, check your status. Stories abound of people getting thousands owed after years of delay. Suspense. Could there be money waiting for you? Log in and find out. As we wrap up the payment details, remember the workforce changes at SSA. They're dissolving duplicative offices to cut waste, which could mean faster service or longer waits if understaffed. It's a double-edged sword in a system serving 75 million. Stay vigilant. Now let's broaden this out. Social Security isn't just checks. It's a promise from a nation to its elders. But is that promise being kept? With trust funds dwindling, we're on a collision course. By 2035, without action, benefits could drop 20%. That's not fear-mongering. It's fact from the trustees' report. Provocative? Absolutely. Why hasn't Congress fixed this? Delays in raising the retirement age, lifting the payroll tax cap on high earners, or cutting waste could save it. Instead, we get band-aids like COLAs that barely cover the wound. Think about your daily life. That 2.8% might buy an extra carton of milk, but with energy bills up 5% and food inflation at 3%, it's a losing battle. Seniors are twice as likely to skip meals or meds due to costs. Stories from ex-users paint a grim picture. One retiree shared how her COLA vanished into premium hikes, leaving her choosing between heat and health. It's heartbreaking and infuriating. On the flip side, innovations like digital accounts empower us. Set up two-factor authentication, monitor for identity theft. And for those on SSI, asset limits are strict. $2,000 for individuals. But know the rules to avoid penalties. Let's circle back to the Expansion Act. If passed, that $200 could bridge the gap. But it's temporary. Why not permanent? Push for it. Your voice matters in midterms. Fraud isn't isolated. Overlaps with alimony or inheritance scams show systemic holes. Report suspicious activity. It's your duty. Maximum benefits remind us. Plan early. If you're pre-retirement, max contributions. Retroactive pay. Don't leave money on the table. Appeals can take years, but persistence pays. In conclusion, your Social Security is resilient but vulnerable. Payments flow despite shutdowns. COLA offers modest relief, but we deserve more. Stay informed, protect yourself, advocate. Subscribe for updates. Your future depends on it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. American retirees could add $200 this November if they pay attention to this latest news. Hello, my name is John, and I created this channel with the sole purpose to provide the most straightforward Social Security payment-related news, updates, and advice. You can listen to me as a senior friend of yours. Without wasting any further time, I must tell you about the delightful news regarding your Social Security payment. Please watch the entire video and subscribe to my channel. It's a friendly request to you.